Hey H, hey Auntie M. Hey, I'm just gonna get it started, okay? I'm getting back on track with my channel. I am not going to let drama shit take over my channel. Have I been short fused lately? Absolutely. Have things been maybe getting to me a little bit more than normally? Absolutely. Now, did I dox Nada's real name when I showed the emails? I did. I did. And you know what? I apologize for that. But no, I didn't think it was funny. What I thought was funny was because my fucking phone number was on those emails. I doxed my own fucking phone number. Oh, okay. That's what I thought was funny. Not doxing her fucking name. And by the way, she's been her fucking name before. People know who she is. Okay? People know what her real name is. So if there's a big issue with me doing it, did I mean to do it? Absolutely not. I did not mean to do it. I am not that way. But I was so fucking aggravated with how everything fucking took place. Okay. And I think that more than just one person needs to take accountability. I really do. I'll take my accountability for it, but I think that other people need to take accountability for it too. Okay. So, Andrew, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to play just a little bit of your live this morning because I just want to respond to a couple things. Okay. So I copyright disclaimer. Um, hey Poppy, and I don't like to be short fused. And I think I've mentioned it before that, here lately I have been more short fused, probably more than I ever have. I don't like to do drama over here. I don't get into the drama. And this is what I want to say. There are chats that creators allow people to go into and let them bash people, but it's kind of odd to me that the creators who don't want drama, these people don't do that on their channels, but they wanted to come over and do it on mine. I felt totally disrespected for my channel that I had a panel guest up and there were people in my chat attacking this panel guest who said nobody's names. We were having an intelligent conversation. Nobody was being called out. Nobody. But nobody wanted to hear the real conversation that we were having. They wanted to attack my panel guest, which in turn disrespects me and my channel. Okay? Y'all know I don't like drama over here. I don't. I do not like drama. So I'm going to explain a little bit of how all of this got started. I had never heard of the Unlost. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Now, when I started looking into it, Tragedy Pimps Exposed had done some content on it. Did you guys go over and attack Tragedy Pimps Exposed? I don't think you did. Huh. I don't know. But anywho, um, it was the disrespect of me and my channel. I personally don't care. I don't care. I didn't care if somebody was talking about somebody's wanker or, somebody did this or that. That's not my business. I try to stay neutral all over these YouTube streets. If there's a creator that's not my cup of tea, that's not my cup of tea. You don't see me going around fucking bashing creators. You don't see me going around taking sides. Okay? You really don't. I love talking about Ernie because he's fun to make fun of. But you don't see me taking sides. Because on my channel, I like to learn things. I like to learn things. So you never know who I might have up on my panel. But the pure disrespect in my chat reflected on me and my channel. So did I get a little bit fucking hot after I got screamed at in the phone when I didn't do anything to start with? What didn't happen that you wanted to happen? I don't understand that, Nada. I don't understand that. You are the one who told me about the Unlost. Did you not want me to look into the Unlost? And you just wanted me to know about the drama part? I don't understand. I don't understand. And if you want to go around and people want to, oh my God, remain calm, dox me. Yes, I did. I admit it. I admit it. I take accountability for that. But I think my channel knows me well enough that I don't do things like that. That's not my norm over here. It really isn't. Okay. So I'm going to play a little bit of Andrew's live, and I just got a little commentating to do on it. Now I'm going to say this: I do not know Mama Bear. I do not know Mama Bear. I don't have anything against Mama Bear. Whatever Mama Bear does, Mama Bear does. Whatever Ro does, Ro does. Whatever Andrew does, Andrew does. Whatever Lips does, Lips do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have a rapport with people that other people don't like. Okay? People talk about other people. They do. But I don't understand why a group of women, and it's women, well, some guys do it, but mostly women, they're attacking each other back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. If the organization, the Unlost, didn't want to be dug into, then they probably shouldn't have made a Facebook page about it, and they shouldn't have brought it to YouTube. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. I don't know a whole lot about this organization because while I was trying to learn about it, fuck shit happened. I'm not going to tolerate that on my channel. So I'm just saying, anybody who wants to email me about a case or how your day's going, or if something's going on with you that's not somebody else saying something about you, please email me. Please. But many creators know that I don't get involved in personal stuff like that. I just don't. I've said many times on my channel that I try really hard to give every creator credit. We're all different. We all do our channels different. Okay? Absolutely different. But I don't go over and try to instigate something in a channel that doesn't do drama. That doesn't do drama. So there's accountability where accountability needs to be taken, not just with me. Not just with me. So let's go over. Andrew, I'm just going to show a piece of this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. There were some things said that I think I just need to comment on. Okay? That's all it is. Not a big fucking deal. Okay, so somewhere my live come up in the conversation.
Going after other folks' kids.
No, that's what pissed me off. Is
all the shit she said.
Let me say this about creators going after other people's children. I hate that. I don't use the word hate very often. I hate when I see these guys going after each other's kids. But I want people to realize Roe and Lips's fucking rawr. They both know how to hit below the belt. Roe knows what she needs to say to get the attention of who she needs to get the attention from. It's called kind of watching people and learning their behaviors and see how they do things. I said from the beginning, Roe's a different character. She's very harsh. She comes out, and when she says something, man, does she say something. But that's Roe. And yes, her and Lips can go at it. Rah. But you know what? Lips doesn't tell me that I have to dislike Roe. Because Andrew, Roe, and Lips, all three know how I feel about them talking about children. They all three know it. Believe me, I had them all on my panel one time. I don't like that. But after that live, I knew that they were going to do their own thing. Okay? No. But I do hate when creators talk about other people's children. I also don't like when creators dox other people. And I'll apologize for that again. But no, I didn't think it was humorous. I was laughing at my dumbass self because my phone number was on that email. Not because I doxed somebody who everybody knows who the fuck her name is anyway. Okay? And you know that. All right? So don't act like I did anything fucking criminal to you. Because I didn't. It was not intentional. You can take the apology or not take the apology. It's not going to be in my brain space anymore. I don't have the capacity for the fuck shit that happened on my fucking channel yesterday. For real. For real. And believe me, after you screamed at me the way you did in the fucking phone, on the phone, that was fucking weird. That was fucking weird. Okay? I'm just saying. That's what upset me. That is what upset me. Okay, which I don't even care about that anymore. I mean, like I said, my fuse has been a little fucking short. So whatever. Take it as whatever you fucking want to take it as.
Said about fucking Cora yesterday pissed me off so fucking bad, dude. Like, I want just be happy I have a computer. Just be happy I have a monitor for my computer. Because I was about ready to punch the shit out of it if I didn't end that live.
Even Remain Calm loves Cora and Cora grew up in front of her and Remain Calm.
And I do love Cora. I do. And so fucking what? I don't fucking go around and, I got, when some things Rose said about Cora, did it kind of get my goat? Yeah, it did. But you know what? I had enough respect that I let Ro come up on my panel and say whatever she wanted to fucking say. And I'm going to say this, and some of you people may not realize this, but when Ro first came out, and she was talking about Don Wells and stuff like that, the way that she was talking to him, people gravitated toward that. She started getting subs off of it. I mean, I seen Ro start having to defend herself. Her channel has become more about trying to defend herself about people who say shit about her. So it became a back and forth thing. It became a back and forth thing. So now instead, I think she's getting back to trying to, you know, research specific topics. I asked her to be on my panel. I asked Ro to be on my panel. Ro just didn't come up on my panel and, you know, da da da. I asked Ro. That had nothing to do with Mama Bear. Nothing to do with Mama Bear. I knew that Ro had researched the Unlost. So why would I not want to talk to somebody that I knew researched it? And if y'all listen to the conversation, we wasn't talking about fucking per se Mama Bear. We were talking about the organization. For real. Go back, look at the chat. Go back and look at the chat. Nobody mentioned Mama Bear. Messy Jesse mentioned Mama Bear in chat. Not us. It wasn't a conversation about Mama Bear at all. And if ever there was a conversation like that on my channel, you better believe I would let Mama Bear right up here to defend herself fucking tooth and nail. Ask Lips. I did it with Nicolina. I did it with Ask Lips. I did it with Nicolina. Even though Lips got mad at me about it. Because Nicolina was there. The problem was between them two. And I didn't feel right having Lips say something and you know, Nicolina is there. I would have been a fucked up person, in my opinion, if I would have let Lips say whatever she fucking wanted to say, and the person that she's talking about is backstage. I'm not like that. If you guys don't think that I don't fucking care about you guys as fucking individual people and what you might have going on in your life, then I don't know what to say. And, you know, my channel is slow growing because I won't get into fucking fights with everybody. Everybody's fucking grown. Y'all can take care of yourselves. I don't have to do it for you. That is why I showed the emails. Okay? That is why I showed the fucking emails. Because, you know, I was like, what the fuck? You know? I'm saying that you emailed me this shit, but where's the receipts? My channel's low budget. It was a last minute pop up the mind thing. Wasn't even thinking about it. Not a fucking thought in my mind. I have done that before when I've been showing an email and I screw up a fucking link or something and it goes back to my email. I'm like, fuck, I got to get this off here. I don't go back and edit my stuff at all. At all. And you know what, Nada, you can take the apology or not. And I'm sure everybody else has their opinion on Remain Calm doxing you. Your address wasn't on there. Your phone number was on there. Fuck, my phone number was on there. So other people can have their opinion about it, but that's a me and you situation. That's not a me and you and everybody can have their opinion about it. They absolutely can. Was it wrong? Absolutely. I'm taking the credibility for it. But no, I was not laughing because I doxed fucking Nada. I was laughing because my dumbass had my phone number on there. So if anybody clipped it, call me. Hey, Cursed. What does his workplace have to do with anything? Whose workplace? Hey, Mimi. Hey, May May. Hey, Curse. Tickety Boo. Lil Deb. Hey, Imagine Peace. Damn, we need you. We need you, Imagine Peace. Don Wells and Summer. The only thing that I know that they ever talked about Don's workplace was because who was the guy he hated so much that he worked with? What was that guy's name? I can't even think straight. The guy that got busted for the math. Dudley. Dudley had said when TBI or whoever came to talk to him that they were asking questions about Don's job site. Because he's the one who came out and said that the smell was bad or something. I don't know if the drywall mud was bad, but he was like, it didn't smell good or whatever. And then somebody else came out and said that too. Is that what you're talking about? I got the ruler right here. I got my ruler. I got my ruler. PG said that. Dudley Ajog said that too, didn't he? Well, thank you, Nada. Nada, I don't want to have any problems like that. I don't. And honestly, where I got frustrated was because you started putting in chat that Roe had said something about John Davis and Messy Jesse. And what upset me was I had been communicating with you in emails that that's not my fight, honey. And I did. And I did. And I'm sorry I showed the emails, but I was frustrated. So I do apologize for that. I really do. And I want you to hang out over here, Nada. I really do. Said she had something to check out about his last work. I don't know why anybody would want to check out his last workplace, because actually TBI, it could have even been the FBI. I don't know. They checked out the places where Don Wells worked. They checked those places out. If I remember correctly, all that was checked out. And honestly, what kind of evidence are you going to get? What kind of evidence are you going to get at somebody's workplace after 3 years when you have people probably already living in the houses? New construction in Rogersville? Okay, what? I don't understand, Mimi. Curse, that's a good question. That was brought to my attention by somebody about the scrapyard that was the closest to the wells or something. That was brought to my attention by somebody. So I would hope that the scrapyards would have been checked because of the fact that Fred Hill said that he had took cars to the scrapyard. So I don't think law enforcement would have just ignored that. But I don't know. The evidence would still be where? What kind of evidence could they be looking for? They checked that whole, they checked all of it. They even went back, they checked places that he worked before. They checked some of the places before where Don had worked, his previous houses that he'd worked on. Right? For real. So you know, that look, even if a car was crushed into a tiny square, evidence would be there. I would think so. I would think so. Cursed. I would think so. But there's a difference. This is what I'm going to say. There's a difference between law enforcement going to one of those places and checking I don't know, Cursed. I don't know if the news would let that out or not. It depends on, we don't know. We do not know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I know exactly everything that law enforcement did in the Summer Wells case, because there's probably a lot of things that they're not even telling us. Because what better way to let some of these yahoos hang themselves than to sit back, not say everything that you know, and let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. And one person who's did a lot of talking is Fred Hill. Fred said, "Hey, Nicole. Tickety boo. Yeah, we didn't see a lot of the searches. I wouldn't even have known. I would not even have known that EquiSearch went out and searched the swimming hole. The only reason I knew EquiSearch was out there looking around the fucking horse stables at the watering hole was because they were there when Chris McDonough took Candace to the swim hole to do that interview. That's the only reason I knew EquiSearch was there. The only reason. Other than that, we wouldn't have known EquiSearch was there if nobody else said anything about it. Right? Very true. It is a shame if it wasn't checked. But yeah, hey Sue, they're not going to tell us everything. The house with the horrible smell in Jonesboro. You know, I heard Dudley. I thought Dudley said that, but if they were using bad drywall, it probably did have a bad smell. But I don't know. All I know is, from my understanding, they did check those places. Dudley said that they asked him about the workplace. Dudley tried to say that they actually thought she might be in a wall. And if they mentioned to him that, they checked it. They checked it. But I'm just saying. Okay. And Ro, I'm going to play this, but please don't comment on it. Okay? Please, you do not have to defend yourself. All right? This is so I just want to have my say on this. Okay? And thank you, Ro, for not trying to bring me into that stuff. I really appreciate you for that. I really do. Even though I know you and Lips are going to go after each other forever.
Started off on my channel, was a mod there with Chris and everybody. Like, There's a lot of people that love Cora.
And that's another one don't need to be up there either.
Well, she
Chris has
remain.
been-
No, not Remain. I like Remain.
Yeah.
And I like you too, Mama Bear.
But
Yeah,
Remain's
Chris
got it. She doesn't understand half the shit that Rose trying to sit there and tell her. Rose only giving her bits and pieces. Now start.
And the only reason I'm doing this, and I usually don't get into anything like this, but only because it had to do with me. Roe has never tried to get me into anything. Roe has never got a hold of me and told me anything about anybody at all. So I didn't know what was going on until I got the email. Now, honestly, the email kind of confused me because I didn't even know about the Unlost until I got the email. And so, me being me, I wanted to check into the Unlost because I pretty much said in the email, I don't know what's being said about anybody else, but y'all handle that. Y'all handle that. Okay? Now, where I got confused, thank you, Nicole. Hey, Sassy Ann, I think where I got confused is because when you emailed me, Nada, about John and Messy Jessie stepping down, I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do with that. Because it wasn't my place to go live and say that they stepped down. But I had already planned the live to talk about the Unlost. The conversation had nothing to do with Suzette or Mama Bear or anybody else. I was trying to ask Messy Jessie some questions. And I didn't want that live to turn into a freaking arguing match with Roe and people in my chat. I'm not like that. I'm not. I didn't want that to happen. That was not my intention whatsoever. So the last minute when I gave you my phone number is because I wanted you to call me so I could say, what am I supposed to do? Because I was just going to scrap that whole even looking into it or whatever. I was just going to throw that to the wayside and talk about something completely different. But it was last minute. I went ahead and went live with it. All right. Let's just, okay.
From the beginning of this bullshit that you started and tell
Yeah,
this
right.
woman before she gets in too deep with your fuckery and everybody ends up
Let
going against
Nancy
her and hating
Tina
her because of
know.
shit you do. You know?
Why, Mama Bear? Why? I don't understand. But I do understand. I get what you're saying, Mama Bear, because that's how the YouTube streets work. That's how the YouTube streets work. If somebody does something to somebody else, a whole gang of people come and attack them. I get that. I've seen it happen before. I really have. But I don't do anything to people. I don't go around instigating fights with fucking people. I'm not into it. Go back if you want and watch the live, because I think there was nothing said. I didn't know anything about any fucking thing. All I knew was what Nada was saying to me in the emails. And then my concern wasn't what fucked up shit people were saying about each other. What I was concerned about was I didn't want to release anything that it wasn't my place to release yet. I didn't want to do that. I'm not like that. Maybe I should be, but I'm not. It wasn't my place to even say, oh, the whole thing fell apart. John and Jesse, they're out of there. Mama Bear has stepped down. That wasn't said at all. At all. I was curious on why everything fell apart. On why everything fell apart. Oh, thank you, Jean Ellen. So, I mean, that's why I'm doing this live, just for the pure fact that, you know, I'm done. I don't want to get into who said what about who and who don't like each other. Once you get into that, you don't ever talk about anything else. You're continuously on the defensive to keep going around everywhere and trying to defend yourself. And I don't have the brain power for it. I do not have the brain power for it.
Oh.
Right.
And that's not fair to her.
No.
That woman just lost her husband. Ro ain't got no sympathy, no couth whatsoever, no manners. This woman just lost her husband of a long, long time.
Yeah, I know.
And you're bringing other bullshit, other people's bullshit to her plate.
Let me say this. Ro was very kind to me when my husband passed away. She was. When she sent her sympathies to me, I knew they were genuine. That was a very nice thing for her to do. And I'm not trying to make anybody mad. Ro didn't bring anything to me. The only reason I even knew that Ro was saying anything about anybody was from the emails that Nada sent me. And I'm not trying to be mean to Nada. I'm not. That was the only reason I even knew about any of that. And yeah, I got frustrated when in the emails I'm saying, I don't want anything to do with that. Don't know nothing about that. Not going to go there. And then it gets said in my fucking chat. So yeah. Yes. I got frustrated. I fucking admit it. I fucking admit it.
She got enough.
I agree.
Did somebody do that shit to her whenever her kids died? No, nobody did that.
And
No.
bro, you do not need to be in my chat defending yourself, okay? This is somewhere where you can come, anybody can come and know they're not going to be attacked and stuff. And I felt bad. I felt bad that you were being attacked in my chat for no fucking reason. And Mama Bear could come over here if she wanted. That's her choice. And I would do the same for her. I wouldn't let you sit in chat and go after her. That's not what I want my channel to be about. It's not. Yeah, it's always going to be a blame game. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because once you have to defend yourself, you're going to keep having to defend yourself. Bottom line. Bottom line. Hey, runs with scissors.
At least nobody from YouTube.
Or nobody we know, or none of us.
Oh yeah, nobody we know did it.
Nope. But no, the thing about that is that Remain took down her because of all the shit that was going on in her chat. She fucking removed it last month.
I removed it, Andrew, because I accidentally doxed somebody. That's why I removed it. Plus, yeah, the shit in my chat was fucked up. I do agree with you there. I agree with you, Andrew, for once. You better clip it really quick. Clip it really quick, Andrew, and then when you do some fuck shit, you can have me saying that. How about that?
Well, Suzette was not calling Remain Calm's channel or her chatters trash. She was calling Remain Calm's panel guest, which was AKA
Oh,
Knowledge with Power, Tina, trash.
This is where I got upset. I did think she called my channel trash. And I had to really think about that. But by calling my panel guest trash, and you come into my chat when you never come into my chat. You never come into my chat. Thank you, Salty Fry. That means a lot. And after you don't never come into my chat, and I think the time before when you were in my chat, you got timed out, if I remember correctly. I don't even remember what you said because I didn't, I don't know. But anywho, so you come into my chat, you don't say hi to anybody in chat, you attack my panel guest. And guess what? That's disrespecting me. Because one thing I always try to do on my channel is not, I don't even want people attacking each other in my chat. It is not productive in someone's life to go around and fucking try to demean somebody or call them fucking names. I don't have the energy for it, and many of my people don't have the energy for it. And what they do anywhere else, they're grown-ass people. They can do it. They can do it. But my name's never brought into it. It's not. So you swooped in and not only disrespected Roe, which that's on you. That's on you. Disrespect her anywhere you want. That ain't on me. But it didn't matter that you were disrespecting me and my channel. That is what kind of ticked me off. That ticked me off. There was no coming in and trying to keep up with the conversation. It was more, you were ready to attack. And not I adore you, I do. But these are grown people. They can fight their own battles. Oh, thank you, Runs with Scissors. Hey, Black Skies. Hey, Lenny. They can fight their own battles. They really can. But you do you, girl. You do you, okay? For real. I don't think there's much else said here.
Trash. That's who she was calling trash.
I'll explain that to her. I'll do that right now, actually.
And Let's did.
Yeah.
I mean-
Let's contacted me about it.
And I don't know who
I'll
is
bring it up
doxing who, but that's not even right. You shouldn't dox somebody over fucking Rose bullshit.
I didn't dox. This is the thing. I didn't dox anybody over Rose bullshit. Okay? I didn't. Roe had nothing to do with me fucking losing my patience and fucking doing something I shouldn't have fucking done. But I know how everybody is. I could have fucking read the email and it probably would have been, she's making it up. I'm not a fancy YouTuber, okay? Yes, I fucking, without thinking, being a fucking lips, Energizer Bunny brain, I fucking went right to that. Now I kind of see why you're an Energizer Bunny brain, lips. It all got flipped upside down. Thank you, Tickety Boo, for coming in. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it kind of, I don't know. I don't know. I guess that can happen when people don't come into somebody's channel or know what the channel's about, or you know how they like it to go, or something like that. You know, I can see maybe somebody coming in and thinking they can do that, but I felt really disrespected by that. I really did. I don't go around YouTube following people around to defend people all the time, because you all are grown ass adults. Grown ass adults. For real. And I don't know where I got lost, but for some reason I thought Nada and Ro had a fucking talking relationship. But I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't get into that stuff. Thank you, Auntie M. So I think that's about it.
That's the thing. It's just it's gone.
That
too
was
far.
so wrong to dox.
Yup.
It was
Even if it
wrong.
was a fucking email.
Yes.
That
I did.
that person came to you. That person knew what this person was, and that's why that person didn't bring it to your attention, because you already had stuff on your plate. She didn't want to add to it. She just
I don't defend people, and I know people are going to be like, she's defending Ro. Ro didn't have anything to do with that. She didn't. She didn't have anything to do with that. And like I said, I don't care if you and Ro call each other dirty dog bitches and whatever you do, that's on you guys. I mean, the majority of y'all freaking go after each other and fucking go below the belt. And then a few months later, y'all are okay and having a conversation. And then at the drop of the hat, it'll go poof again. But I just have a feeling that when it comes to the, what's it called? I don't even fucking know. My brain's dead. The Unlost. When it comes to that organization, the Unlost, there's no way that that organization was going to come out on these YouTube streets and people were not going to check into it. People were going to check into it. Now, I don't know. I do not know why you stepped down, Mama Bear. I have not no fucking idea. I don't know. I didn't even get to watch the Tragedy Pimp Exposed. Because if you all would have known, you know, when I showed John's resignation and Jesse resigned, I was like, okay. I didn't really have to dig much further. Because when them two resigned, I was like, for John Davis to resign, something wasn't right. He felt like something wasn't right. Didn't have shit to do with somebody moving, somebody doing anything. It didn't. Go back and watch the live. I don't know what to fucking say anymore.
Wanted you to be aware.
Yup.
You know, she wasn't trying to get you in the middle of it. And
Y'all, and this is the thing. Y'all act like I'm not aware, Ro. Really? I am aware, Ro. I am. But me and Ro is good. I'm good with Ro. I think we're good, ain't we, Ro? Aren't we, Ro? I don't want you to make another video about me. Don't make another video about me. For real.
and then Ro gonna jump all up in there like a whoosh, like a damn, what you call it? Oh my God.
Oh,
I can't
yeah,
even fucking think of what it's called. A fucking
Like a
Grubhub or something.
vulture.
Well, I'm not going to keep playing this because I'm not going to sit and let things be said. You know, I'm really not into that. But you guys know that I do not go around defending anybody on anything they say about anybody else. The only thing that I have said to Lips and knowledge is power. And you know what? I appreciate Lips and knowledge is power, that they can come over here and yes, I mean, they're going to pick at each other. These bitches have been picking at each other for fucking years. They're not going to stop. I know that. I know that. So I can have a rapport with both of them and they don't put me in the middle of their shit. They don't. They really don't. And, you know, I'm just the type of person, I wouldn't have allowed Ro to sit up there and call Mama Bear out and fucking call her names and stuff like that. I wouldn't have let Ro do that. I wouldn't have. I really wouldn't have. So like I said, some chats you can go into and you can call people out and call them trash or whatever. And I'm not even saying anything about that's the way Suzette feels. If that's the way Suzette feels, that's the way she feels. I ain't saying shit about that. I don't care. And y'all can do whatever you want anywhere else. Anywhere else. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to get back in to talking about what's freaking important to me and my channel. And like I said, Nada, I do adore you. You hang out over here all you want to. And I am sorry that anybody on these YouTube streets has made you feel disrespected. And I am sorry if, you know, that I fucking doxed your name. That was not intentional. And if it was intentional, I wouldn't be apologizing for it right now. For real. I wouldn't. That's just the way I am. I'm a fucking human being. And when I don't follow the drama on fucking YouTube, does that fuck with me sometimes with people? Absolutely. When you don't follow the drama, then you got somebody trying to fill you in on the drama. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that that Ro hasn't done shit. But I'm not going to sit here and say that anybody else hasn't done shit too. We've all done shit. I'm a human being, damn it. I'm a human being. Now, all I ask you guys, please, if I ever have a fucking if I ever have a panel guest and we're having a conversation and we're not talking about a specific person or anything like that, just please be respectful to my panel guest. I don't care if it's, I mean, when I first started my channel, I had Lips on my panel, and she was the most hated person on YouTube. She really was at the time. And I don't think anybody came in and disrespected her. They might have because it was Lips. You know how that goes. But no, we're just, you know, the last few lives I did is, yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I did not talk about the Unlost because of the drama around it. I wanted to know what kind of organization it was. If I would have went through that organization and thought it was reputable, y'all know me, I would have said, hey, this organization, you know, they're great or whatever. But John Davis resigned before I looked into all of it myself to give my opinion on it. So I was just asking questions, for real. I mean, for freaking real. Hang on, God. What am I missing here? Runs with Scissors? You gifted 10 memberships? Oh my God. Thank you so much. And well, I seen you were a new member, but you gifted 10 memberships. That means a lot, you guys. It really does. And I have apologized fucking 500,000 times that the channel's kind of gone wacky lately. You know, I don't try to make excuses for myself. You know, my mind just ain't been where it fucking should be. She can see me on her channel. Who can see you on their channel? Imagine peace. Imagine peace, everybody. You know what? I'd rather see on these YouTube streets everybody getting along, putting out, you know, Tina Pina did a little thing on Lips. I showed that last night and we laughed about it. It was funny. I think people, yes, that's a good point, Sue. If you follow the drama, it follows you back. If you follow the drama, it follows you back. I mean, I've even, if somebody's kind of wanted to vent about something, they can come over here and vent. They can vent for as long as they want, and I'll just keep my mouth shut. For real. It really is cursed. It really is. And that's sad to me. Me too runs with scissors. Me too. I truly wish Summer could be found. I do. And it does hurt my heart when I hear people, you know, saying some things about Summer. And we listened to Don say the most horrible things about his own daughter and what could have happened to her. And to hear of a creator saying something horrible like that also, Yeah, it hurt my heart. But I really don't even know the context of that. I don't know. Thank you, Runs with Scissors. No, it's not sea sperm, Pink Banjo. They're jellyfish. They're like us, beautiful jellyfish. But if you mess with us, we're going to sting you. The shark only comes around every once in a while, for real. So, I mean, the end of the day, I am not going to fight with anybody. I apologize for what I did. It was a spur of the moment. You know, my I did it and I fucked up and I'm sorry for it. I really am. So y'all can say remain calm, that was fucked up. You don't have to tell me. I already know it was fucked up because I don't do that. I don't do that. I never fucking will take an email and read it on my channel at all. You can roller skate in the buffalo herd. So, I don't know. But that's the way I want my channel to roll. And, you know, like I said, if you guys, we got the Facebook group. I will, and, you know, my mind's been scattered. I'm going to start checking it every morning and, you know, putting out at least a case on it. We're actually working on a case right now. Very freaking interesting. And so I want to get started on that. Email me or, you know, and I'll just say this to let y'all know. If you think I don't feel bad for you guys when I hear somebody say something mean about you, I do. It bothers me. It really does. But if I defend one of you and I freaking start in going after people, that's all it's going to be about. Because that stuff don't stop. It don't stop. And yeah, Rose said some outlandish things. Y'all hit below the belt. But you don't see me going around trying to defend Ro about what she says. It bothers me. People talk about kids. It bothers me when people turn stuff real life. They turn stuff real life. You know, for real. I don't like people talking bad about each other. You want the puppy video? Let me find the puppy video. Come here, puppy video. That was a pretty good one. I try to find all these weird little backdrops for us. Let me see if I can find a puppy cam. Puppy playroom. Oh, they're cute. Okay, wait, I want to find a good one like I had yesterday. Here we go. Here's a couple puppies. This is a channel called Peaceful Relaxation Ambience. So I guess we're going to watch a couple puppies play. Oh, did you get a membership, Lenny? Cool. Cool. But we're not going... Oh, you want the one with the wrinkle on their faces? Those are called Shih Tzus, ain't they? Aren't those called Shih Tzus? Shih Tzu puppies? I have a hard time watching pits because I get sad because of Rainy. No, that ain't a Shih Tzu. What are they called? The wrinkle dogs. Watch, I'm gonna put in wrinkle dogs. Wrinkle dogs. Wrinkle dog. Oh, they're called Shar-Peis. Oh, you put in Sharpie. That can kind of confuse me, Ro. Shar-Peis. I got you. Let's see if we can find one. Here's one. Oh my gosh. That is freaking adorable. That is so cute. I didn't, you feel like we met, H. Davis? H. Davis, if I met you, I would remember it. I would. A one-way street. Haven't seen you for a long time. This new case I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to do it till Tuesday because I'm taking a couple days off. You had to baby powder the wrinkles? Wow. Is that the mama? No, that's a poodle. That's a poodle, I think. All right. Oh, wow. That is so cool. Lenny's very loyal and protective. Yeah, I want to get back to covering the cases because I've got thrown off track. I've really got thrown off track. And that's my own fault. You know, I don't blame anybody but myself for that. I really don't. I really don't. And I'm excited because Chai's supposed to come back over and we're going to do a part 2 about trafficking together again. And I'm really excited about that. Loves to Lurk, I think she's going to be coming over and discussing a case. So, oh, Cold Case Crystal. Today is Cold Case Crystal's birthday, y'all. So if you see her, you tell her happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Crystal. Happy birthday to you. Go check Crystal out, you guys. Crystal is, she is such a sweet person. She really is. Yeah, Kirst. A lot of the trafficking stuff that I've been kind of researching lately is a lot of what's going on in Tennessee and after Summer went missing, you know, my mind kind of went towards the Tennessee and different places like that. Okay, we want to see some more baby pictures. All right, hang on. I will let the commercial run. But you know, the thing about it is, I definitely am going to give my opinion on stuff over here. And if I give my opinion on something, and somebody doesn't agree with it, I don't know what to say. Because a lot of times I'll give my opinion and I don't expect for anybody to take it personally. For real. And, you know, sometimes people do. But I don't mean for that to happen if somebody takes what I say personally. Because a lot of times, I don't call people out. I don't say their name. I might give my opinion on a circumstance, but I don't call anybody out by name over here. That's why I do feel bad about the email shit. I feel bad about that. Accident cover up. I really wish, I wish so much that that I had something in my notes that would help find Summer. I really do. And I do need to go. I got to get my shit together on that too. And start getting all that put into the computer and stuff. First gut feeling and it hasn't changed. Okay, Curse, let me ask you this. So, accident cover up, was it an accident that, in your opinion, was caused by Candace? And maybe Dawn knows? An accident with Dawn that maybe Candace knows? Or an accident maybe with Fred Hill? And I've heard Candace speak about Fred Hill one time, and she didn't say a whole lot. And I will find that. Because she did. She spoke on him one time. And you know what? Fred Hill's out here talking his head off, right? What really have you heard Dawn and Candace say about Fred Hill? For real. Oh, except for Fred was a math head or whatever. Candace or the boys. Dawn didn't know first, but now he does. Possibly Candace had Fred on. Chad helped cover. My thing with Fred is that He has lied so much. Now, Gabble Geeks has a live out. I believe it's a live. Let me see if I can find Gabble Geeks. I really like her. I really do. I just hadn't followed her channel in a long time. But I really like her. She is very good at processing information and keeping records of it. It's called Snake Oil Rumors, Lies, and Disinformation Part 1. I think I started listening to it. This is it. We'll just play a little bit. Now, I really don't know Gabble Geeks or Chasing or anybody like that. The only thing I know is that they went down for one of Summer's vigils, I think, and they released butterflies and stuff. You think it was planned, Sue? Do you, thank you, Imagine Peace. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Runs with Scissors, you know, whippersnapper. You whippersnapper, yo. I hope you guys, you know, I'll try to, you know, you guys becoming members. I'm definitely going to start, I just hope my content's good enough for you guys to be members. Yeah, well, the thing about it is there is so many possibilities. There's so many possibilities. But this is one of the questions I always had. Because if you go back, Fred talks about that. I thought he said he's seen Candace on the road. Okay. That he had seen Candace on the road. But then he said it was like around that time that he was in the holler waiting for Andy to come back out because he seen Andy going into the holler with somebody else. Candace allegedly goes to Fred's. Thank you, Sassy Ann. Goes to Fred's around, what'd they say, 4:30? Maybe before that. To see if Summer is there. So what does that tell us? If she went there to see if they'd seen Summer, that meant that Summer had been over to Fred's before. No, earlier on, and I'll try to find it, Kirst, Fred actually said that he had seen Candace on the road. Like he had, it was weird because he made it sound like he was coming out of the holler and Candace was coming in. That he actually seen her on the road there or something. 3:30-ish. So she goes, no matter what time it is, it's weird to me that she would even go there to see if they were home, to see if Summer had been seen. And if Chad was sitting there and Summer had come through there, he would have seen her. because obviously she was missing already if Candace went to Fred's to see if she was there. Which tells me that Summer had possibly been over there before. Also, Laura made the comment that Dawn, when the boys would come, Dawn would be with them. And Summer had come a couple times. Plus, they're going to say that behind his truck, the dogs hit. No, I get you, Moonshine Girl. I would ask my neighbors too. But then the first thing Don says when he gets home is he wants to go look where. Of all the places, after Don checks out, goes by the shed, right? Where's the first place that Don wants to go look? Where? So, you see what I'm saying? Thank you, Ro. Frank Light's house. I mean, you see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to convince you any different. I agree 1,000% that the mother of a missing child is going to go around and ask neighbors. For real. I get you there. But that, I mean, I don't know, but Candace allegedly got in the truck and went into the holler. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and say what I would do if I was the mother of a missing child, because I would freak the fuck out. And Dawn said Candace called at 5:30. He doesn't know why he thinks 5:30. But it ended up being 6:30. Well, 6:09. Where did Don Wells say that he bought drugs from Fred Hill to frame him? I've never heard Don say that. You think Candace went to plant evidence because they passed each other? Sue, what was found on Fred Hill's property that would have been any kind of evidence that Candace would put on his property? The back road trip from his work to home, he showed Cher all the woods. And the only question that I had about him and coming home from work was that he said that him and Candace did not lose communication with each other. Well, Fred said a backpack, right? Fred said a backpack. I think Fred even said there was little girl's clothes in his washing machine. Right? I had never heard that she ran off once and hid at Fred's, but I do know, but Fred said that, right? About the backpack. And let me say this. I think it was Benny Keys that released the inventory of what was taken from Dawn and Candace's house by law enforcement. That was put out there. I think the person that I would want to go back and listen to is EquiSearch. Is EquiSearch. I'll listen to Fred on Ziggy again. I swear I've never heard that about Fred seeing Candace. Oh, that was way in the beginning, Cursed. That was way in the beginning. Way, way back. Way, way back. The way he made it sound like he was heading out of the holler on that road and she was coming home. And he passed her or something. He said he seen her. Laura said it. Yeah, I get it, Lenny. I get it. I'll have to go back and find it, Cursed. I'm going to go through my notes. I'm going to start going through my notes. So I will start having a little note pulling session just for us. Okay. It's not going to be in perfect order. I'm just going to start pulling my notes, taking a few out at a time, and then getting them in my computer. So that way, because see, a lot of my notes, I actually wrote down whose channel they were on. And I even put the date and stuff. So I'll start going through my notes and seeing what there is. You know, it was kind of interesting though, because law enforcement never came out and said that they found a backpack on Fred Hill's property. I would think if something was found on Fred Hill's property, they would have went in there and tore the crap out of it. Well, imagine peace. When I heard Candace talk about Fred, it to me, what she was saying was, I'm not messing with that guy. A felony for what, Lenny? What would he have got a felony for? But they did, didn't they, when he was in jail? No, the only thing I know that came out about Fred being in jail by law enforcement was when Andy Bernard called. Oh no, the paper from them questioning Fred about Cotton, that was released. And then Andy Bernard called Detective Pruitt, and Pruitt freaking said, "You really believe Fred Hill?" Is what he said. You really believe Fred Hill? Came right out of Pruitt's mouth. What the fuck? Okay, I found it. So, this is, okay, don't hate me for saying this. Please don't hate me for saying this. Where is there any legal proof that any of the children were neglected? And why we'll probably never know that is because Dawn and Candace signed over rights to the boys. Now, Dawn acted like they were, look, this said a lot. This said a lot. When Dawn Wells said something about signing over the boys, because they said they would just keep taking us back to court and they were going to keep making us pay child support, that was saying a lot. That meant that the state of Tennessee was like, listen up. Listen up. We can charge you with the charges that CPS finally came to the prosecutor's office with, because don't forget, the one dude was like, I'm waiting for law enforcement to let me know what is going on with the CPS stuff. So finally it got to the point where the state was like, we have enough here that we can at least get you for some kind of neglect. And this is just my opinion. And if you want to keep fighting us when, you know, when we're going to charge you for what we know what the fuck went on, you can either sign them over or we can keep taking you back to court and getting you for whatever charges came down the line to the freaking prosecutor's office. That right there kind of spoke volumes to me, because to me, when all that happened and came out and Don said what he said, I was like, oh, okay. Okay. They were your boys that you loved so much. And one of the things you said, oh, they were going to make me keep paying child support. They're your kids. They're your children. Right? $33 a month, so would love to pay that amount for one, let alone three. Well, this is a bad thing about the pictures. And don't hate me about this. The thing about the pictures is some of those pictures, we don't know if they were kind of edited or whatever. We don't know that. The only way we would know, I mean, some of them, yeah, that one, her face had chocolate all over it. And Dawn said, she looks like my sister Sonia in that picture. And I don't like Dawn Wells, but people took him saying that she looked just like my sister Sonia. They made it fucking weird, okay? They made it fucking weird. They did. They were like, oh my God, he said Summer looked like his sister. By the way, the only sister Don had that was defending him. Don only had his sister Sonia defending him. Nobody else. Oh, Tim Mullins. So sometimes you got to listen to what Don Wells says, and you know, the thing about it is Don has said so much messed up stuff about Summer that anything that Don says, people are gonna freaking, you know, look at it all fucking negative, for real. But I don't like Don. I'm not fucking defending him. I think he's a POS. Well, when Mary and Jeannie, okay, this is what transpired as far back as I remember. Chris McDonough, Jeannie, Don's half sister, you know, Don's half sister, stepsister, whatever you want to freaking call him. Let's see, it was her daughter came out on a YouTube channel and had talked about it. I don't think Jeannie came out immediately, but her daughter came. I don't know whose channel it was. I completely don't remember. Okay. And then Chris McDonough kind of, you know, moved in there and, you know, kind of gave them encouragement that it was okay to come forward and say, and, you know, go to law enforcement and tell them how they, you know, how Don was. And he did do some messed up stuff. He did say some horrible things about to me, a 5-year-old, or I'm sorry. Yeah, Jeannie was 5, I think. 5 or 6. And I'll never forget Don saying it was her fault. He was 12. But the thing is, Sue, Mary said so. Mary said so. Law enforcement hasn't come out and said it was Dawn or Candace. Everyone's still a person of interest. Was that Trisha lady related to him? There were quite a few women who went in and wrote statements against Don Wells about stuff he had done to them when they were younger. There was Jeannie, and I don't know if I can't remember if Jeannie's daughter had said something. I can't remember. I know Jeannie told her story. There was a girl who had went over to stay the night with Jeannie that Dawn had tried something with also. From what I remember. This is from what I remember. And she came out, Trisha's sister. I know there's Mary and Jeannie. And then he's got his sister Sonia. So there, I mean, there was quite a few women who went out and, you know, so by Dawn doing that, by Dawn freaking doing that, what's y'all opinions on whether or not it'd be a good idea for Fred to be boots on the ground and look for Summer, since he has so much free time now? My opinion on that, no way in hell should he be allowed to do that. No way. No way. Guess what? Still a person of interest. I haven't heard anybody come out and say Fred Hill's not a person of interest in the Summer Wells case. I haven't heard law enforcement come out and say nobody, none of them were not persons of interest. For real. Well, if you believe Prayer Garden, maybe he'll take him right to the box. Every time that I think about the box, that movie with Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins, I think it was Anthony Hopkins. What's in the box? Yeah, it was one of Jeannie's friends. So you got Don Wells out here saying the most outrageous fucking shit. Outrageous shit. I mean, crack is whack. That's what they say, crack is whack. They know where, yeah, they know where Jody is. They know if they want to ask Jody any questions, they know exactly where she's at. She even said she's been questioned more than one time. I agree, Lenny. I agree. But let me ask you this. If Candace was home when Summer went missing, why would that make Grandma Candy responsible? Why would that make Grandma Candy responsible? If Candace was home, if she was in there asleep, if she went to sleep, how does that make her responsible? I don't know. It's just an open topic for conversation. The Trish with the channel. Let me ask you guys this. And this is just an off the wall question. If Dawn and Candace wouldn't have come on YouTube, if they wouldn't have come on YouTube, and Summer went missing, and you didn't know that they were substance abusers or drinkers, you didn't know anything about their lifestyle, would it have been different? Would it have been different? Or maybe if they would have had a lot of money and kept their mouth shut, yeah, Cursed, I'll leave it up. I will. I'll leave this live up. I think there would have been a better chance of finding her. What do you mean by that, Ro? I think as far as Dawn and Candace had their own private investigators, Chris and Trudy. Chris has only came out one time that I know of and spoke, and it was to a guy who I think he had like a radio station. What the heck was his name? Bouncing Billy or some shit. I don't remember. And he's the one who called the jail and asked what Dawn Wells had for breakfast. I mean, it was really just fucked up. But, you know, he talked one time that I heard and said that Summer was the priority, that Dawn and Candace were not the priorities. Summer Wells was the priority. So they had pro bono private investigators, and when it was reported that Summer was missing, look at all the manpower that came in. All the manpower that came in. Not so many stories and confusion. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hell, once Don Wells opened his fucking mouth, the dude, look what he talked about. Finding a magazine under his uncle's bed when he was little that showed grown men how to basically harm children, little girls. Check mark. His mother ran a motel that ended up being basically for not good people. Check mark. He's seen a substance abuser have a child in a room, basically selling that child for their next bit of crack as whack. Check mark. If you don't think YouTube went wild over that, I don't know. I did. Because that opened the possibility that, yeah, I mean, Don talked about his drug runs. He was a dealer, but he wasn't real good at it. He told Chris McDonald all about it. He was seeing Indians and shit in the desert. He told everyone Coca-Cola was his weakness. It was his DOC. The dude told us all about his fucking nasty ass self. You just had to listen to what he was saying. Because what happens so many times, we hear something, and I'm guilty of it a lot here lately too. I'll hear something and I fucking react immediately instead of sitting back and really hearing what was said. Don fucking told us so much about himself. Candace didn't. Candace didn't tell us a whole lot about herself and her life. She finally, I think, and I didn't even listen to all of it, but she opened up a little bit over on Daisy's and talked about things that happened to her when she was that young also. And that gave me a little bit of hope. When she talked about that, it gave me a little bit of hope that she had been through it. And she didn't want her daughter to go through it. That little bit of hope that the theory going around that they had somebody take her where she would be safe because they knew bad things were going to happen. If you guys don't think I have that little sliver of fucking hope, I do. But then you have Don. Everything he fucking talks about is fucking sexual. For real. Hey, Wandering Hearts. The statement, she was cute and all, but when Summer developed, it took his breath away. Fucking idiots. So then the stories start. The stories start. Tim Mullins being all cryptic. He's just a fucking weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo. Well, that's just like the law enforcement offering Candace liquor. Craziness. Yeah, Sussy, and a lot of people believed him. They absolutely did. JSB's account of 615. There's a few things missing that, as far as what Jody said, I mean, this is the thing. Jody said some shit, and I mean, you just have to figure out her verbiage and know when she's being fucking sarcastic. Plus, you have to know the lingo. You have to know the lingo. Because she kind of talks around. But you never know. I mean, I don't know. Because they all want you to think they're telling the truth. They all want you to think they're telling the truth. So you never know. I mean, because you guys got to remember, at first, Jody Sue came out and said she didn't think that they did anything. She didn't think that they did anything. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. You know what? I really haven't said anything about Jody Sue. I really don't talk about Jody Sue much on my channel. Jody Sue would never, in my opinion, come out and tell YouTube what she's actually told law enforcement. I don't think she would do that. But the person that my radar went the fuck off was Fred Hill. But I'm not going to play this today. Maybe we'll listen to it tomorrow. No, well, I know everybody wants stuff to do on the weekend. It is Labor Day weekend. I don't want to take up you guys' weekend. Well, the bad thing with Jody Sue is the whole situation with, I don't know. It's like if you talk about one thing, then you got to talk about fucking everything. For real. I get it, Cursed. Thank you. So, Fred don't make no sense to me. For real. It's raining there. I know, it rained here enough to make it freaking hotter outside. For real. It don't make any sense to me how Fred could have seen Andy at that time coming in and out of the holler. He's down on the road, okay? Which kind of tells me, I mean, it's weird, but my head keeps saying, you know, Chad was parked back there. I don't know how anybody, with all of them being gravitated on that fucking road, then any of them did not fucking see that child. For real. And this is the thing. Jody Sue could hear a fucking vehicle go up the hill over Dawn and Candace's, but she couldn't hear a car that was down on the fucking main road. She didn't hear a door open or a car door shut. No, we've never heard from Chad. Did Chad talk to Ziggy at any time? Does anybody know? I kind of had to quit. I had to quit just hanging on every word that everybody said in Summer's case. Ziggy said no. Well, that's weird, isn't it? Ziggy and Fred are husband and wife. Chad is Fred's good buddy. And Ziggy ain't never talked to him? Dang. Dang diddy dang. Chad allegedly was staying with Cotton. You don't think, Fred, you'd say Andy? I don't know. I mean, Andy come into my chat one time, and I would have asked him some. I was going to ask him some really good questions, and then Green Eyes come in, and it was the same questions over and over. And then AC was on my panel. She starts, yeah, well, you got Walmart asking for my old man, and Andy's like, I don't know you, which I think they do know each other. I think they're fucking distant cousins or something. I don't fucking know. I really don't know. But Andy's like, I'm bored. And I was like, quit answering the questions in chat and fucking answer my questions. I'm bored. I said, get the fuck out then. Get out. You're going to come into my chat on my fucking channel and want to answer the same fucking questions over and over that you've been asked before. I didn't have those same questions, but I wasn't going to play a fucking game. Ain't got time for that shit. But the thing about it is, who said that? Because see, when this first came out, it was only Chad sitting there in the truck on Fred's property when Candace went to Fred's. And this is pretty fucking weird too, right? Chad was sitting there when Candace went up to Fred's. Who put the book bag there? Who put the book bag there? Candace put a book bag in Fred's driveway and Chad just sat there? Chad just sat there. Weird, right? Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, about the restraining orders against their wives. But yeah, I get that, Lenny. I get the mountains and the sound waves and the freaking sounds that look like freaking have color. I get all of that. Cotton wasn't mentioned being with Chad until later on in the story, if I remember correctly. When it first came out, Chad was sitting there. Then, as it goes on, then all of a sudden somebody says Roy was sitting there too with Chad. And I'm like, well, wait, that wasn't said at first. When did Cotton get in the fucking truck? But guess what? Cotton can't say anything, can he? Cotton can't say anything. And who did they question about Cotton's demise? Fred Hill. Fred Hill. I mean, I don't know. There's something about Fred. There's something about Fred. Because when they talked about the dogs hitting on the back of the truck, he was like, well, maybe because Candace was standing back there. I thought he didn't see Candace. Right? I think, yeah, me too, Cursed. I think it's hearsay. And, as far as Ziggy, the thing about it was, I think Ziggy was lonely. I think Fred, love bombed her, put her on a freaking pedestal, and she started believing everything he was saying. He was in jail saying, "Believe me, baby, you're my true love. I would never lie to you." Right? Yes, but remember, if Jody Sue can hear them as they start going up the driveway, I would think that I don't know. Because this is a thing. Jail calls between who, Cursed? Ziggy and Fred? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I never thought about that. Huh. What do you do? Just FOIA request them? I'll check it out. I'll check it out. FOIA phone calls. Very interesting. Never thought about that. I don't want to hear about them making out and shit, though. I don't need to hear, "Oh, I love you." Chad's brother that was found in the creek, right? I don't remember, Ro. I don't remember off the top of my head. I agree with you, Lenny, about both of those cases. I mean, when Dawn and Candace say, "We befriended people and they turned on us," that's exactly what happened. Almost from the beginning. Almost from the beginning. And a lot of creators from that area came out to, talk about the area and maybe their truth on things that happened there over the years or whatever. And I don't know why they all turned on each other the way they did. I really don't. I've stayed out of that stuff. I've stayed out of that stuff because some of that stuff became real life. Living in the same area, if somebody said something the other one didn't say, they were letting them know in a real life sort of way that they weren't happy with what they were saying or whatever. Yeah, I agree with that too. That was a business move for sure. Whose wife is named Frances, Knowledge? Whose wife is named Frances, Ro? Yeah, I think a lot of parents are starting to follow that lead, unfortunately, that if you have a missing child or something like that, that's interesting. That name comes up everywhere. The thing about it is, it's like everybody has the same freaking name. Everybody has the same name. There's 2 or 3 people named Francis, and freaking everybody. It's like everybody's got the same name. That's what he said, that he had already been stopped coming back in the holler. That's not true, Lenny. No. I know you say that's your opinion, but I'm not ever going to take away anybody's truth about something that's happened to them. I just don't do that. The last thing I would ever do is try to take away somebody's truth about something that happened. Yeah, that I don't do that at all. That's why I never got into that stuff, gave my opinion on it. Yeah, for real. I don't know, Cursed. Will you go to sleep there, little Deb? Go to sleep, little Deb, go to sleep. Was that after he died? Well, the problem is, I mean, like them bringing Cotton in and saying, Cotton said this and Cotton said that. Cotton wasn't there to say any of it. He wasn't there to say if any of it was true. Now, the lady of the night going down the road from up there at Dawn and Candace's, that story is like, when that story was told, excuse me, actually there were other people who came out and said that, I think they were, I don't know, there was other people who came out and kind of said that it was told to them that situation happened. I don't fucking know though. But children just don't go poof, disappear. They just don't. The sad thing about it is, children can go missing within a matter of fucking seconds. Within a matter of fucking seconds. It's horrifying. It's more horrifying to me to think there are fucking predators out there that watch for this. They walk around every day watching for a mother to turn her head for a second. There's people who work together that one will do something to try to get mom or dad's attention, and they turn back around and their kid's gone. Their kid's gone. That's a sad reality in our world. A sad reality in our world. And it has to be talked about. It has to be. I talk about possibly Summer being trafficked in the area. If you don't think that a child cannot be trafficked, especially in an area like that, without law enforcement finding them, I don't know what to tell you guys. There's men in the mountains that have dug underground bunkers. They know how to, I mean, but with Summer's case, you do got to be careful because of the hearsay. Because of the hearsay. There's a lot of it. That's why, I like people to say their opinion and stuff. I really do. If something's an opinion, please just say. If you've heard something that's hearsay, it's not hard to say that. A lot of it was money. It absolutely did become about money. It did. It really did. I never really, yeah, I knew about the fundraiser stuff. I knew about the billboard stuff. Of course I followed it, but I never made that my priority. My priority was seeing what information was coming out about Summer and her case. Someone who knew the house. You would think it had to have been somebody who'd been at that house before. If she was taken by someone, it had to have been somebody who'd been up there before. But I thought Lawson said that the track went down the driveway. And then it came out that it was a dog trail. So I don't know which. Me too, Black Studs. I would love to have a bunker right now. I really would. But we can't get answers from somebody who's not in this world anymore. This is the thing. If somebody takes their channel and they use it to talk about what ifs or speculation and things like that, if that's where they find their niche and it's in, it becomes a fucking sort of business for them, I personally, that's on them. People like that stuff. They really do. They like that stuff. I don't have, I don't know. I don't want to be like that. Do we talk about everything? All sides of the coin over here, both sides of the coin? I try to. I try to. That doesn't mean the dogs were on a trail. The dogs had pattern to find the trail. I don't know. Somebody came out and said, yeah, Dawn's the one who put her scent down the dog trail. I was like, where did that come from? Well, I don't know as far as being placed there after he passed away, but law enforcement was real interested on how Fred Hill knew some of the information about where cotton was found. It is sad. It is sad. And it's sad for her brothers too. That, that they're becoming old enough, and especially the oldest one, where he's not naive. He knows how to put his sister's name in a search bar. And what is he going to get? Hey, I've been guilty of going off about Don Wells and calling him names and stuff. I absolutely have. So, I mean, for real. I know, bro. I know it is very easy to overlook a child because, you know, I mean, me myself, I would probably panic so much that I would be flying from room to room and not really look and be freaking out. Totally freaking out. You got to consider the RSOs in the area. You got to consider offenders that aren't registered. But Donna's just said stupid stuff. I mean, oh boy said I could walk up to anybody in the Mexican mafia and they would hook me up. But that's been Don's life. And let me tell you, if you guys don't think that Don Wells can't set his ass in jail or prison, he's been there before. He's been there before. Don chose not to go to a halfway house or rehab and spent the rest of his time in jail. For real. Fred got out of jail only because he agreed to go to a freaking halfway house and get clean. Somebody said he broke his. Did he break his parole or something? Did Fred break his probation? I don't know. I do not know. But tomorrow I'll get on for a little bit and we'll talk about we'll go over Gavel Geeks, snake oil rumors, lies, and disinformation. But it'll probably be I'll try to do it in the about 4 o'clock. I'll try to do it about 4. I'm gonna go over and hang out with my granddaughter for a while. Maybe all of us go get something to eat or something. I need to touch the grass. I need to touch the grass. For real. For real. I hadn't been going to many places. I kind of been sticking here at home and, you know, I just want to get out for a while. So, but you guys enjoy your holiday weekend. Yes, it is 420 time for real. For real. But as far as the live I did about the unlost, there was no maliciousness in talking about it. You know, I'm just not gonna put my channel, what I talked about, and who I had on my panel. I just wasn't gonna put that on Roe because that's me. That's me. And, you know, like I said, I don't go around defending people for what they say. I wish y'all would get along. I really do. But, you know, I know it's not going to happen. And, you know, if I get along with somebody that somebody else doesn't get along with, you know, and you don't like me because of it, I don't know what to say. My conversations with anybody is not about other people like that. It's not about other people like that. So I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know what's said. I really don't. So nothing was done maliciously. Nothing was said about anybody. Anybody. So I am kind of looking into this Unlost organization a little bit more. I want to know a little bit more about it. I want to know a little bit more about it. So, but that's just me. I can check into stuff and talk about it. But no malicious behavior. Not, I'm sorry I put that email out there, and I'm a fucking human being. The only thing that I ever say about being friends with two people who don't get along is I wish they would get along. That's it. That is it. And the way I feel about it, if somebody is you know, doing something to you, let them know that it's hurting your fucking feelings. Everybody at some point, especially in the Summer Wells community, has been targeted. It's happening in other communities right now. That's just the YouTube streets. Somebody gets targeted some which way. They really do. And believe me, if people are friends with somebody who, you know, has done other people wrong, they'll get there when they get there. I always say that. They'll get there when they get there. But I can also see when y'all attack each other, it just becomes continuously trying to defend each other and say things about each other and things like that. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Definitely a big lesson learned for me. For real. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love knowing what's going on with you guys. If somebody's sick and you email me, hey, dang, I got this going on, and, you know, I'm here for you. I am. But I can't do anything if somebody's saying something about you. I can't. I cannot. I'm only human. If I could make the galaxy a wonderful, healthy, loving, huggy place, I would do it. I would do it. My thing is, this is just the way I am. If you don't get along and you don't like each other, just don't talk to each other. I'm the type of person, I just, once I'm at a point, I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to talk to you anymore, right? Thank you. Thank you, Sleuthy. Trish is Jeannie's daughter. I thought I said that, but maybe I kind of overlooked because my mind's crazy right now. Oh, 25,000 reward for Maddie. That is great. I thought you were going to come up and talk to me about that. You were supposed to email me, lady. I'm ready for it. Yes, Patricia's Jeannie's daughter. And Sleuthy, am I correct? Remembering that Trish actually came out on social media and talked about what had happened with her mom and stuff, right? Before Trish even came out. Thank you, Ro. Thank you. But I want to get back to talking about these cases, missing and exploited children, real life things happening in the real world. And I think, I'm going to say this, I think anybody with a good heart, who tries to do anything, for a missing child or for missing children, and it's played out by the books, you know I mean, we've got EquiSearch, we got so many organizations, that if you want to, you guys can, give to them yourselves. You don't need anybody on YouTube to take your freaking money to give to any organization. Any organization. And to be honest, I wouldn't have thought much about that unlost stuff until Summer's name was brought up in it. Then I definitely wanted to look into it. I can give my opinions on stuff, and we're all grown adults and we can agree to disagree. That's how I roll over here. So I don't know. If people want to be mad at me, then they can be mad at me. I don't know what to say. Not everybody's gonna like Remain Calm. Not everybody's gonna like my opinions or what I say. But I would rather not talk to somebody, not talk about them, and not talk to them. For real. That's just how I am. If I don't think somebody's a good fit for my life, then I don't have them in my life. And I don't sit around wondering, hey, I wonder what they're doing. I don't want to have to do that. I really don't. I don't have time to run around and see. Now, of course, Betty thought she was doxing me, bless her little pea fucking heart, and called me a bully because I gave my opinion on what was going on. I watched Molly Golightly basically commenting on one of Betty's things And I watched her say, all right, the drama's over. We're going to talk about the Sebastian Rogers case. And in the same breath, she started talking about her again. Her again. What Betty has done, or what is said that she has done, it's kind of been shown what she's done. I'm sorry. I don't think it has anything to do with Sebastian's actual case. I don't think what's going on with Betty and her restraining orders and shit have to do with Sebastian's actual missing case. Now, I understand that the people putting the restraining orders against her are his stepfather, mother, his family. But it has nothing to do with the case of missing Sebastian Rogers. People can agree with me. People can say, oh, you're full of shit. What has any of this that they've all done, what has any of it done to really help find Sebastian? And you better believe I was very happy when the FBI put a $50,000 reward out for him. A $50,000 reward. People weren't talking about Sebastian. It quit being about Sebastian and it became about berating parents of a missing child. It wouldn't have mattered what Seth, Chris, Katie, anybody in that family came out and said. There was going to be a negative and a positive reaction. Yeah, I mean, it gets kind of ridiculous, right? Thank you, Lenny. Thank you. It's very sad. And some people are, I understand people, wanting to get together and say it's our constitutional right to do this or that. Freedom of speech. I believe in freedom of speech. I really do. But, I mean, I'm Betty. I'm not a bully. And I'm sorry if the stress chair or the safety chair and me talking about a mask and a ball gag hurt your feelings. I was just kind of giving my opinion on maybe what law enforcement was thinking after they picked you up. That was all I was doing. I wasn't being a bully, okay? That was my opinion. But I'll apologize. I'm just fucking apologizing to everybody today. So. Hey, Kiki. So I'm getting my ass off of here. And so, yes, if you guys want to go check out Gabble Geeks' video or live, Snake Oil Rumors, Lies, and Disinformation, Part 1, Fred Hill, go over and check it out. I'm going to play a little bit of it tomorrow, and we'll talk about it. I will try to go through and pinpoint and highlight all the, clip notes, and we will definitely do that. I know, Betty does that. She's a crier. I just ran out of sandpaper. I ain't got no sandpaper for you, Betty. I'm sorry. For real. But thank you, Run with Scissors, for becoming a member and gifting 10 memberships. That means a lot. thank you, Imagine Peace, for the super sticker. That definitely means a lot. You know, I'm just gonna be me. And I am gonna just get back into when people say things to me or anything like that. I'm just gonna have to sit and stew on it a couple days. Most of the time I think the shit's funny after I think about it. But no, I do not like doxers either. And so I do apologize for that. I do. I don't want to be put in a position to where you know, I just pounce on something and you know, I don't want to do that. But I want people to be able to come to my channel and not be disrespected for, you know, what they believe in and or be attacked by other people. I'm not into that. And if people don't like that, then, you know, please just don't come over here. Or, you know, come over when we're talking about something that you are enjoying, joining in on the conversation. But I can't make the YouTube world a better place for everybody. I really can't. For real. For reals, for real. So I'm going to get off here and I will see you. I'll schedule that for 4 o'clock tomorrow for a little while. And so that'll be something that we can definitely talk about. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you, mods, for being in here. I apologize for losing my patience yesterday. You know, I'm going into a big woo-saw mode and touching the grass. And so I will see you guys at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Behave yourselves. Have some fun. Okay. Do whatever. You're all grown-ass adults. So peace out, everybody. Thank you so much.